That object needs drying further, so we put it in an oven to make sure it's really quite solid, before we then put it into the kiln and fire it. That's known as a biscuit firing, the first firing. And at this stage, that's where it becomes same as a normal ceramic process, because you would have a biscuit firing in ceramics. So we biscuit fire it to a temperature and then take it out of there. You can then glaze the object and refire it at a higher temperature for the glaze to go over the ceramic object. And then you can have a third firing if you decorate, where you would refire to the decoration on top. But you will always have at least 2 firings. In terms of timescale of seeing 3D printed ceramics being commercially available, I think you have to remember that this is a research process, and even though we've worked with Denby, we've got a much further level, it isn't yet really very commercially available. So my guess is the timescale will probably be 15 years before you'd really see easily available product. Having said that, the interest is enormous globally in real materials in 3D printing. And maybe in the short term it will be used, as Denby are going to use it, as prototyping for trialling things before they make production runs. The future for 3D printed ceramic items outside of tableware is really broad. Areas at the moment we've had interest are things from uses of Ministry of Defence, where things might be armour, medical. A wide variety of people have already come and inquired. We've been surprised by the breadth of people that have come to talk to us about our ability to print ceramics. In terms of new developments that the AHRC are funding, and in the last couple of weeks, we've just heard that we've got a large grant for 3D printed self-glazing material based on an ancient Egyptian recipe called faience, known as Egyptian paste. We're really excited about this because we can actually, in theory, take a ceramic material, print it in our 3D printers, take it out of the 3D printer and put it in the kiln and fire it, and it will glaze itself. So the idea is a self-glazing 3D printing material, which is just one firing instead of the 2 or 3 that you would normally do. And the idea that this is an ancient Egyptian recipe initially is really exciting for us. I see the future of this technology as being very disruptive. It's always hard to make a prediction because you're probably going to be wrong, and these things always change in a way that you never imagine. My guess is it'll be a technology where you'll perhaps order a part online and it will appear from the post and it'll have been printed by a 3D printer. I suspect the way the technology is going at the higher end, much like our technology, it's too expensive to be a home item. But you'll certainly, there's no transport needs, there's less stocking needs. You'll have somewhere that has bulk materials and a printer, which will just print you parts, and you'll just order them and they'll arrive, and you'll have no idea that they're 3D printed, but they will be, and it will be a very changing technology for the future.